All right. It's that day again. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what time it is. And y'all know who y'all looking at. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Come on, get together, baby. Welcome to another episode of Club Pizzle. I am, of course, your host, Don P. Pizzle, Pod God, Cousin Don, Cousin Pod, favorite cousin. I don't want to be Uncle more because I'm older than a lot of y'all and I look a lot younger than a lot of y'all. Y'all look old in the face and y'all ain't but 35. So y'all can't call me Uncle. If I'm older than you and look younger than you, don't call me Uncle. Just call me. Anyway, thank you guys for your support of this, continued support of this platform. Thank you for your continued support of this podcast. While y'all are in a supporting mood, I need y'all to like, I need y'all to comment, I need y'all to share. Most importantly, I need you guys to subscribe. Spam that subscribe button. And while I'm in a thanking mood, I want to thank everybody who helped me get nominated for a Legend Award. Category number 37, Voice of the People, Best Podcast. Yes, another nomination for this podcast. That is a total of, let's see, 6 OEAs, 2 Trappies, 1 Legend Award, and a couple of Scene Magazine, Yeah. Thank you guys. So what I need y'all to do, go to thelegendawards.com. Go to category 37 and make sure y'all vote for Club Pizzle for best podcast. Before I move on, I do want to speak really quickly about that. Yes, I have my nomination. That's cool. Like, I'm happy. I'm celebrating that. I want to shout out that entire category. I want to shout everybody's pod out, but it's too many of them and I can't remember them and I didn't write them down. But I want to salute everybody that's in that particular category. Call me biased if you want, but I think the podcast category is the best category at any of these award shows and the toughest to deal with. It's the toughest category, period, because a couple of my colleagues are in that category. People that I have the utmost respect for, people that I have a whole lot of love for, somebody that I consider family is in that category. I got another, it is really, really loaded. Shout out to the Cleveland podcast community, man. I want to salute y'all, man. I really do want to salute y'all. Wow. It's just like the OEAs, man. That category is tough. And it's tough again. And a lot of those that were nominated at the OEAs are also nominated at the Legend Awards. Make sure, the Legend Awards is April the 26th. It's at the LaSalle Theater on 185th. Red carpet at 3. Award show begins, I believe, at 5. It's a lot, those categories, man. It's a lot of heavy hitters, man. Shout out to everybody nominated, but most for me, most importantly, shout out to the podcast nominees, man. Everybody in that joint is. When I tell y'all, I'm excited. And then at the same time, it's damn, I'm nervous. But I'm more excited just because it's so many dope podcasts in that category. That's the one thing I'm most excited about. I'm looking forward to bumping into those that I've never bumped into or had an opportunity to meet, hey, don't be afraid to reach out. We can all talk. We can all cross pod. Yes, and I'm the only sports pod in the category. So give it up for that. Like, shout out. Like, I'm fighting for sports. I'm always fighting for the sports. But again, man, I'm proud of the Cleveland podcast community because it's a lot of us, and a lot of us are holding it down. A lot of us are doing our thing. And yes, we are in competition with each other, but we ain't doing nothing to try to bite each other's heads off. We ain't there trying to sabotage anybody. We are all competing, but we all still got love for each other. And if y'all want to bite my head, if y'all want to try to bite my head off, y'all want to try to crush me, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm all for a little bit of healthy competition. I'm with all of that. Especially I'm by myself. Like if you've been following this pod for the last 5 years, y'all know, with the exception of the year I was over at Redline, this has been a one-man pod. One man, one microphone, one laptop at one time, and I upgraded to a camera. So I'm with all of this. I'm with all of the fun. You know, I'm with all of the friendly. As long as it's positive, I'm all for it. So shout out to the good people over at the Legend Awards for giving another platform for the people out there. It's dope, man. I'm happy. Y'all know the motto. We here for a good time and not a long time. We gonna get into this thing, but before we get into it, gotta pay the bill. Club Pizzle is powered by W Energy. W is clean, W is crisp, W is focused. No crash, no jitters, no why am I vibrating moments. Just straight up smooth energy that actually lets you lock in, whether you're editing at 2 a.m., gaming until sunrise, or just trying to make it through your work day. So how do you get your hands on W? Easy. Log on to W.com. Look around, browse around, pick out something, get you a sampler, get you a nice little cup. They got some merch there. Get one of like the special flavors. And at checkout, you put in code PODGAWD, PODGAWD, and you will get 10% off of your order. So don't play around. Support the pod. Support the movement. W Energy. Level up. Lock in. Be legendary. All right now. I made good time with that. Damn that boy. All right. So the Cleveland Cavaliers. Appreciate everybody checking on me last week. I just needed. A shout out to Honey with the pod, Honey with the T. Shout out to her for having me on. I had a blast. I'm looking forward to doing that again. And I'm looking forward to jumping on anybody's podcast and coming. Bees, I'm ready for my big facts, no cap. Congo, I'm ready for my conversation with Congo. In the post, I'm ready. Holla at your boy. Sip and chill. I love to come sip and chill. I sip, I chill, and I can talk about whatever y'all need to talk about. I'm with all of that, man. I'm with everything. Bridge talk. I'm with everything, man. Everything and then some. Holla at your boy. All right, man. Let me get to this, man. I'm out here. All right. The Cleveland Cavaliers. They seem to be gelling, and they seem to be getting healthy-ish at the right time. That last night's game against Hawks, and I'm only talking about last night's game. I want to talk about the rest of that. Like, last week was last week. I'm going to just talk about last night's game. Um, this is the healthiest last night that this team has been all season. Jalen Tyson is still out with his toe, and Thomas Bryant is injured. I ain't gonna get into too much. I'm not too much on Tom. I'm not even gonna say. I'm not gonna talk about Thomas Bryant. I promise y'all. Not today. Like, this is not a Thomas podcast today. Even though he did have some good games last week and he had some good games. I say that. But today is not the day to talk about Thomas Bryant. But this team, like last night's game was y'all were in the building, y'all know. It was tough. Jared Allen, y'all. And this hurts. And this is gonna be, how can I say this? Like, this is important because Jared is important, especially after the February he had. Like, Jared in February, Black History Month, Jared Allen was all-star level. But right now, Jared Allen ain't healthy. Jared Allen is suffering from what they call runner's knee. The medical term for runner's knee is patellofemoral pain syndrome. And it's when the kneecap rubs against the thigh bone as it moves. I've never had that, but that shit sound like it hurt. And Jared Allen is 7 feet. And he's constantly on a run, up, down, run, up, down, run, up, down, run. He's 7 feet, 200 and what, 30 pounds, 240 pounds, whatever he weighs. That has to be painful. The only treatment for runner's knee is rest, ice, elevation. Rest, ice, compression, and elevation. That's the only rice for all of my sports management, sports medicine people out there. That is the only treatment for it. I salute and I commend Jared for gutting it out. I won't say a bad thing about Jared Allen because he's out there gutting it out. I mean, he had like 16 and 8 last night against the Atlanta Hawks, which they're a small team. Okongwu is there. Like, you got CJ, and then you have Johnson, Daniels. Like, those are, like, their wings are big guys. And then you have Onyeka Okongwu in the middle, but he's, what, 6'8", 6'9" on a good day. But I'm hoping Jared Allen is okay. Like, honestly, I'm hoping that he's okay because he's gonna, like, even getting out of the first round and going deeper into the playoffs. And it might help him and in the playoffs as the playoffs go along because the games are so stretched out, especially that first round. The Cavs can open on Saturday or Sunday and don't play again until Wednesday or Thursday. So he'll have time to rest. He'll have time for Rice. And for y'all, like, shout out to the sports management people who know it. But rest, ice, compression, and elevation. That's what and some, like, it's a lot to explain. I don't want to nerd y'all out. I just want to give y'all the basics and the basis of what runner's knee is. It's something that you don't want and something that just thank all the gods that you don't have. Evan Mobley is playing a lot better. Evan Mobley is so frustrating. I am so frustrated with Evan Mobley. Oh, if y'all only knew, if y'all could take a trip inside of my mind or sit and watch a game with me, y'all would understand like the frustrations I have with Evan Mobley. And the frustration stems because I am a huge Evan Mobley fan. I'm an Evan Mobley guy. I'll defend that guy until I can't defend him no more. I know how good Evan Mobley can be. I know how good he is. I know how great Evan Mobley can be. I yell at Evan Mobley more than I yell at my own damn kids. I'm serious. Understand that. Every game, if I'm at the game, I'm yelling at Mobley. If I'm watching it on TV, I'm yelling at Evan Mobley. Get your ass to the paint. It was a play. There was a play. It was maybe in the third quarter, maybe in the fourth quarter. Him and Harden running the pick and roll. Harden called for the pick. As soon as I seen it, as soon as he set the pick, run to the fucking paint, Evan. Excuse me. I don't want to use that language anymore. I'm trying not to. I'm screaming, run to the paint, Evan. Get to the paint. Get to the paint. Lo and behold, he gets to the paint, bounce pass, dunk. And I'm screaming and I'm yelling, that's what you're supposed to do. And the guys in front of me were cracking up. They got a kick out of it. They got a kick out of me yelling at Evan Mobley the whole game that he was in there. But 22 and 19 against that front court, Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniel, and Onyeka Okongwu, that's a damn good. The Atlanta Hawks are a damn good team, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But back to Evan Mobley. He did that on that front court. The Atlanta Hawks are the hottest team in NBA right now, outside of Oklahoma City and the Cavs. They've been playing as well as anybody. Since the Trae Young trade, they've been balling. CJ McCollum brings something new and different to them. I mean, I'll speak more about that in the playoff preview that I'm doing next week. And I'm going to speak about that a little more in a second. Mobley, he did what he was supposed to do last night. He's the biggest guy on the floor, height-wise, tallest guy on the floor. Be big, get in the paint. Donovan Mitchell, paint touches. Get in the paint, and it wasn't settling for threes. Get in the paint, put pressure on the defense, make them do something, make them stop you. James Harden, get into the hole at will. He missed a lot of shots. He got fouled a lot, and they didn't call it. But James was getting to the hole at will. James Harden was aggressive last night, and I'm not upset at him being aggressive, even though he was 7 for 22. I'm not mad about that. As long as you're aggressive, as long as you're not passing, as long as you're not passing up shots, as long as you're, not just chucking threes, you're good. You're perfectly fine. I'm totally okay with it. These final two games, Kenny Atkinson hasn't mentioned or hinted at sitting guys tomorrow, at least the start. So there might be a chance, because Atlanta is still fighting for playoff position, which I'm going to get to. And the Cavs are still fighting for playoffs. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Kenny hasn't said a lot. He hasn't said, "Oh, we're gonna rest the guys because we might see them," which they might. We don't want to show them. I don't think they showed them anything last night. Last night was a lot of ISO ball. It was a lot of ISO with James. It was a lot of ISO with Donovan. It was some ISO with Evan in the paint. They didn't do a lot. This was not the usual Cavs move the ball around, Donovan chucking threes. This wasn't that. That offense was not the same last night. Which brings me to last night's game. Again, it was a playoff preview in a couple of ways. Being in the building last night, anybody that was in the building know, it kind of had a little playoff atmosphere to it. If you ever been in the Rocket Arena in any of its iterations, in the Gund Arena days, in the Quicken Loans Arena days, in the Rocket Mortgage Field House, in the, if any iteration of that building, if you've been, when a game is one of those games. You know this. You feel it when you walk in the building. And I felt that when I walked in the building. And I felt that as I went up the escalator. And I felt that as I stood on the standing room area up by the DJ booth, by the Corona Cantina bar up there. I felt it as I sat in my seat loud. It felt like it. The game played like a playoff game. Both teams they was in there. They was digging. The Cavs rotation was playoff-esque. It's a 9-man rotation last night. Especially if Atlanta's your first opponent, that's a sign of things to come. Now, adjustments will be made. Quinn Snyder's a decent coach. Again, it's still not etched that Atlanta is going to be the Cavs' opponent. I believe if Atlanta wins one of his next 2 games, and Philly, if it's, I'll get there. This is probably the rotation you'll see. And I'm going to run it down. Harden, Mitchell, Wade, Mobley, and Allen were the starters. Right? And then you rotated Merrill, Strus, Ellis, and Schroeder. I know it's guard heavy, and I know Thomas Bryant was out. But the way they stagger, or the way you stagger Allen and Mobley's minutes after the initial start, because I think it's maybe 4 minutes in, 5 minutes in, he pulls one and brings in a guard, and you get smaller. Now, granted, you get smaller, you give up some things, which is one of the keys. Like Cavaliers and their rebounding, sometimes it's bad. And it's mostly because they have one big out there. It's when they have one big out there. And a lot of that, I'm going to tell y'all something. Why these guys don't get as many rebounds. Because it's 1 on 3 or 4 guys crashing on them. And a lot of them really aren't trying to get the rebound. They back tapping or they tapping it. And the guys on the perimeter are getting a 50-50 ball. That's what's happening with the rebound. Not so much last night because Evan had 19 rebounds and Jared had, 7 or 8? He might have more than that. Hell. Thomas Bryant, Jalen Tyson, Greg Porter Jr., Larry Nance. Those are they're the odd men out. Everybody can't play in the playoffs. Yes, you can go 12 deep in the regular season. But come playoff time, you have to shrink your rotation to 9 guys. You can get away with the 10th guy. But 9-man rotation, even though with the pace, you have like it's just I don't know if you have to. It's just something that's done. The game does slow down. Like it'll be more of a half court game. You got to get your guy and those are going to be the 9: Harden, Mitchell, Wade, Mobley, and Allen. Harden really does play the whole first quarter, or he plays the first 6 minutes or the first 8 minutes. Donovan might play the first 4, and they might pull him. But again, everybody can't play. And the Cavs need to fix the rebounding issue they give up. And not so much last night because Atlanta is a smaller team in the middle. But their forwards are like those 3 guys, Johnson, Okongwu, and Daniel. Like that's a hell of a 3 front court guy that you have to deal with when you pull Allen or Mobley out of the game. And perimeter defense. The Cavaliers' perimeter defense has been dog shit since the All-Star break. It's killing me. They got to fix that. I don't mind if a team hits threes if they're contested threes. Hit the contested threes. I ain't mad at that. Like y'all putting the effort, y'all trying, y'all putting the hand up, y'all doing what y'all need to do. But them wide open ones, they give up too many wide open ones, and especially in those corners. Jonathan Kuminga, Nickeil Alexander-Walker's the other guy. Like, he was balling. That's the most improved player. For me, it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Damn, that boy was balling. Moving on. Cleveland Browns have started off-season workouts. I don't have a lot here, but I just wanted to just update. The last time I checked, Myles Garrett wasn't here for off-season workouts. And you know what? So what? We know Myles Garrett is going to come in and be in shape. We know Myles Garrett is going to be just fine. We just saw Myles Garrett supporting his girlfriend at the Olympics. He looks great, by the way. Like all of this stuff, this national media. Listen, let me let y'all in on something. The closer it gets to the draft, the more outrageous shit y'all gonna hear. Don't pay it attention. It's smoke screen. All of the stuff about what's my man name? Oh my God, that's crazy. My man's name is escaping me. The wide receiver, Carnell Tate. All the Carnell Tate stuff, don't listen to it. Don't pay it any attention because don't mean nothing. It's smoke screen. A lot of y'all out there, I don't know why I have to say this every year. I don't know why I have to post this on my social medias every year. Draft time, it'd be a lot of smoke screens. Teams do little stuff so they can land the guy. So they can land their guy, I should say. So Myles not being here is much to do about nothing. All the trade talk is much to do about nothing. All I know is I am prepared for whatever Andrew Berry is going to do this year. Speaking of, I'm not sure if I'm going to actually do a live draft show. I'm going to do a recap for sure. Draft night, I might go to the draft party at Public Hall. It's an outside chance. I have 4 tickets, and I'm going to give 3 of them away. I'm going to keep one for myself. So do with that as you will. The last quick thing on the Cleveland Browns. And again, it's smokescreen season, and I'm here to just say, I just want to talk. They're trying to paint this narrative that there's going to be a quarterback controversy between Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. It's much to do about nothing. I understand. Listen, it's April, and I'm going to tell y'all, you know what? I know I'm not the only one sick of every video clip I see of Tony Rizzo. It's about Shedeur Sanders. Can somebody tell Tony Rizzo it's April? Season don't start for another few months. And why is he on Shedeur so bad? And can somebody please tell Coach Prime to send that motherfucker some shoes? Because that's what it seems like. Everybody that has good things to say about Shedeur and the Sanders family, he sent some shoes. And mind you, I love those guys. I am a primetime Deion Sanders guy. I was him in the schoolyard along with being Eric Metcalf. The number 21, like, it's synonymous with me because I was born on the 21st day of a month. And Deion was us. Deion looked like us, was from where we were from, and was that dude. But with Tony Rizzo, this shit is getting outrageous. I'm getting sick of every day that I open Facebook and scroll through that damn page of them. Like, I don't even know why that shit is in my algorithm. I don't know why Tony Rizzo is in my algorithm. Every day he's crying and whining. Please send that motherfucker some shoes. Send them all a diamond turtle. What size he wear? Matter of fact, I'll give him mine. I'm sick of his crying ass. I know y'all sick of it. Well, maybe not, because y'all feel the same way. And all of these narratives. But anyway, I say that to say that is going to be nothing. I honestly believe in my heart of hearts that Shedeur Sanders is going to be under center and he's going to be QB1. And Deshaun Watson will be his backup. I don't see Dylan Gabriel being here at all because I'm expecting the Browns to draft a quarterback at some point. God knows it better not be Ty Simpson, even though I don't think it's going to be him. I think there's going to be a team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, that is going to trade up in the first round to draft him. He's going to be drafted in the first round. Period. But I believe the Cleveland Browns are going to draft a quarterback. Whether it be Garrett Nussmeier or whether it be, gasp, shout out to Chris Cargile, Carson Beck. I mean, the Todd Monken connection is there. I am not a journalist. I am not an insider. I have too much respect for all of the journalists out there to call myself one. I am just a dude with a podcast. That's it. That's all. So, Browns fans, Shedeur people, Shedeur guys, don't pay any of that no attention. Rizzo is throwing bait out there. He's baiting everybody. And he's doing that shit trying to get views. Stop crying, man. You too old for that shit. Last 2 days of the NBA season. Or the last week, last 2 games. I'm sorry, not days, games. For the NBA season, there are some big games tonight, and a couple of named players aren't playing. Joel Embiid is having an appendectomy in Houston. That dude can't stay healthy for shit. If he get his ankles together, it's going to be his toe. If his toe is fixed, it's going to be his knees. If his knee get right, it's going to be his hip. If his hip is healthy, it's going to be his back. If his back is healthy, now you got to have a goddamn appendectomy. No luck to that boy whatsoever. Oh, my God. Also, Jaylen Brown is out with an Achilles. Jason Tatum is playing. That sounds so wrong to say that like that. Jaylen Brown is all right, Achilles, and then follow that with a Jason Tatum. That just doesn't sound right. And I apologize. But that's how it is on the injury report. That's something I'm going to be keeping my eye on for the next week before I do my NBA playoff. Jaylen Brown and his Achilles. And Steph Curry is out tonight against the Lakers with injury management. I don't know why that seems funny, because the Lakers are fighting for playoff position. They're fighting for home court advantage, and it's only a couple of games left, and winning a game helps them a whole lot more. Like, it'll get them closer to home court advantage. Don't know why I find that so hilarious. Let's look at these playoff these playoff implications, these standings. I'm gonna start in the East. Detroit has the 1 seed locked up. The Celtics are fighting for 2 or 3. The Knicks are fighting for 2, 3, or 4. The Cavs are fighting for 3 or 4. So I believe if the Celtics win tonight, I believe they lock up the 2 seed. And then that locks the Cavs and the Knicks at 3 and 4, and the last 2 games are determined. The Cavs have to finish with one more win over the Knicks, one more win than the Knicks, because the Knicks own the tiebreaker because they won the first 2 games of the season, the season series, and they only played 3 games this year. Thanks, NBA schedulers. Why would y'all do that? And everything from the 5 to the play-in are up for grabs. Atlanta, Toronto, Orlando, Philly, Charlotte, Miami. Those teams are going to be somewhere in there. If Atlanta wins tomorrow, I believe they lock the 5. If Toronto, and I think that'll just put all the dominoes in place. But I'm expecting it to probably stay like this. It'll be Atlanta, Philly will probably get 6, or Toronto will get 6 is gonna come down to Toronto and Philly. It's interesting. We're gonna see. Out west, OKC has clinched the number 1 seed. They have home court throughout the entire playoffs. The San Antonio Spurs have clinched the 2 seed. 3, 4, and 5 is going to be between Denver, the Lakers, and the Rockets. Minnesota has the 6 seed. Those are the top 6. Phoenix is locked in at 7. So they'll be playing the Clippers or the Portland Trail Blazers in the 7-8 play-in game. Clippers in Portland 8 and 9. And then the Golden State Warriors are locked in at 10. So they'll go to either the Los Angeles Clippers or the Portland Trail Blazers for the right to go to the to be a top 8 seed. It's really, really tricky, all of this stuff. And we're gonna see. Like, I'm gonna be glued Saturday and Sunday and see what's popping off with this. Like, this is my favorite time of the year, man. March is such an incredible month. Had March Madness all month. And speaking of March Madness, congratulations to the UCLA Lady Bruins and the Michigan Wolverines, which is why I'm wearing the Michigan shirt today. I had it in my mind, like, all right, I got a Michigan shirt, I got a UConn shirt. Whichever team win the men's national championship, I'll wear it on there today. So that is why the shirt choice. I'll be back in jersey rotation next week for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay? Get it? Got it? Good. I don't know where to go next. I know I'm ready to end this thing. Let's go here. Congratulations to the 2026 Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2026. The North American Committee, referee Joey Crawford, Gonzaga head coach Mark Few, Doc Rivers, and Amari Stoudemire. The Women's Committee has elected Elena Deladon, Shamiqua Holdsclaw, and Candace Parker, as well as the 1996 U.S. national gold medal winning Olympic team. And as a contributor, Mike D'Antoni goes in. Congratulations. Let me speak really quick. Like, we all know Joey Crawford, like, hell of a referee, no nonsense guy, legendary. Zaga coach Mark Few. I'm old enough to remember when Gonzaga was Cinderella and they were a 13 or 14 seed and they were the giant killers. And I remember them going to the Elite Eight against UConn. I believe Dan Dickau might have been on that team, or it might have been a little bit before him. Those Adam Morrison years when they were becoming like, all right, we're no longer a giant killer. And now it's just like regular that Gonzaga is a perennial top 25 and a high seeded team. And Mark Few has been there for all of it, and Mark Few built that. And that's fire, and congratulations to him. Doc Rivers, look, feel the way you want to feel about him. He is a Hall of Fame coach. Playoff success, yes, I know he's milking a 2008 championship a lot and still milking it. But Cleveland, mute up on this one because we still milking the 2016 championship. And Ty Lue will always have a job in the NBA because he won an NBA championship as a head coach. Amari Stoudemire, this makes me feel old. I remember when Amari was drafted. I remember Amari as a rookie. I remember Amari like first breaking out and getting loose and wearing Kevin Garnett out. And I was like, ooh, he's serious. Because at that time, and this not old man KG. This is Minnesota prime MVP Kevin Garnett. Only people I've ever seen give Kevin Garnett fits, they're now all Hall of Famers. Tim Duncan, Paul Gasol, and now Amari Stoudemire. The Women's Committee, the 96 Women's National Team, we all know who was on that team. Cheryl Swoops, Rebecca Lobo, Lisa Leslie, Nikki McRae, Dawn Staley, Ruthie Bolton. I don't have all of the names here, but that team was dominant. I'm not sure. No, Tina Thompson wasn't on that team. She was still a year away from being drafted. Teresa Edwards was on that team. I'm not sure if Cynthia Cooper was. That was a dominant team. Shamiqua Holdsclaw, Candace Parker, two Tennessee superstars, both. Pat Summitt is proud. Pat Summitt is happy. If anybody knows me, y'all know, like, on the women's basketball side, I used to watch Tennessee. I used to root for Tennessee. I love Pat Summitt. Pat Summitt was dope. And she was Tennessee was the dominant college until 95 when Gino Auriemma and that team took over UConn. Excuse me. And, but those Tennessee girls, it's crazy that they're both going in the same class. I thought Shamiqua would have been got in. Shamiqua was Candace before Candace. Y'all remember that. And Mike D'Antoni, like the guru of GO. Um, I don't want to talk about. You know what? Let's end it with this whole LeBron and Memphis thing. It's out of hand. It's stupid. It's dumb. They're mad because he said he doesn't want to play in Memphis or he hates playing in Memphis. So what do hurt people do? They try to say the most hurtful and outrageous shit. And then you got all those goofies down there making content and trying to get views. See, this is the one thing I don't like about the internet. This is the one thing I don't like about monetization on the internet. Is people will go to all the lengths that they possibly can to try to go viral and be famous. And you mention LeBron James's name, you're probably gonna go viral. You're probably gonna, like it's a joke. It's nasty. I think LeBron hate is nasty still, especially for men in their 40s. It's disgusting. Somebody killed your hoop dreams in high school. I mean, he helped you out. But I got a list. Here's the list. Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, Derek White, Anthony Edwards, Danny Green, Channing Frye, Richard Jefferson, Theo Pinson. What do all these guys have in common? They also said they hate playing in Memphis. There are a bunch of others who admit they hate playing in Memphis. Why now that LeBron James said something on a golf course, now everybody's mad. Now everybody's pissed. How corny you got. Let it go. He also said he hates playing in Milwaukee. He also says he hates playing at home. I understand why he hates playing at home because he's probably distracted. Everybody and their mama probably trying to get tickets. All your cousins or your fake cousins in Akron or the one dude in Spring Hill who shot hoop with you one day or the babysitter. Like, I understand like playing at home can be a headache for a lot of people. I understand that. I ain't mad at that. But the rest of y'all need to chill out and the rest of y'all need to relax. I promise you, I cannot wait until LeBron James retires. It's going to clear out. So the internet streets are going to clear when LeBron retires. Skip Bayless is going to be in shambles. Stephen A. Smith is going to be in shambles. Paul Pierce is going to be in shambles. Because when LeBron get up out of here, they ain't going to have shit to talk. And with that said, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. Quick programming note, man. Y'all are going to see a lot of me next week. Y'all might be sick of seeing me next week. Monday, I will have the NBA play-in preview. Whichever teams shake out to however it shakes out, I'm going to be previewing those games. So I'm just making my prediction on who's going to be moving on. I'm not going to do any post or any post preview stuff. I'm just going to do one preview show. It's probably going to be 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever. Then we're going to have Club Pizzle on Thursday. I might push it to Wednesday. I'm not sure. I just have to see how I feel next week. I also have an NBA playoff preview that I'm going to get in. That's probably going to be Saturday morning. And don't forget, I posted it on my socials. The premiere of the Push and Berry podcast. I'm back on the wrestling tip. I'm previewing WrestleMania. Got some things to get to. And again, I'm conflicted. I have to see when the Cavs' first game is. But Push and Berry is coming on. I'm gonna probably do it Friday. And that's I gotta see. Real quick, WWE, Triple H, Nick Khan, TKO. I need y'all to move WrestleMania back to where y'all had it. Put the shit back because y'all competing with the NBA playoffs. And I have no idea when the Cavs' first game is. More than likely, I'm kind of hoping it is the early game. So that way I can do that and get back home and get what I, But it is what it is, man. Make sure y'all check that out next week, man. Play-in preview, Club Pizzle, NBA playoff, preview, and Push and Berry. And again, if y'all haven't voted, Category 37, go to thelegendawards.com, go to Category 37, Voice of the People, Club Pizzle for Best Podcast. Y'all know what it is. Always protect your peace, protect your energy. The message is more important than the messenger. And creators, be great. Stay positive. Because negative energy is trash. See y'all Monday.